right, continuing with our theme of how freeze-dried makes it easy to eat green, today we're going to show you a simple but very satisfying warm honey mustard asparagus salad.
Hi, I'm Cathy.
And I'm Melanie. Welcome back to Thriving Life.
Our goal is to give inspiration for natural nutrition.
Freeze-dried food with feeling and enjoying every day. So on to the warm asparagus salad. It might seem a little unusual to have a salad where asparagus is going to be kind of the main base, but if you're not super keen on lettuce or you're a little bit tired of lettuce salads, this is going to be a nice change. So I'm going to do a cup of the freeze-dried asparagus. It's in these little bits, little rounds, which I like because that means I don't have to spend any time breaking and chopping asparagus. It's a whole thing. And then even if I did, it would be much bigger chunks. I'm not sure how nice that would be for a salad. I like this as the base of the salad. So then I'm going to do half a cup of our freeze-dried spinach. I think you've seen that before. So I just like to kind of break it up a little bit if there's any that look like to be a little bit larger chunks. But you really don't have to. I think it's really okay. It's just like, not sure I want a big bite of spinach. The idea of a salad is you want like a little bit of everything in each bite. Okay, so there's our spinach. And then we're going to do a quarter cup of freeze-dried mushrooms. If you're not super keen on mushrooms, I think you're not really going to taste them in this salad. They're just going to help add a little bit of body and different texture into the salad. All right, then we can do a cup of water. It can be any temperature. It doesn't have to be hot or cold water. You know, that's a common question for people to ask. But this is not like a cooking it step. This is just going to refresh it. So just give it a little stir to kind of make sure it's all getting in the water, if there's any bit on the sides. Okay. And then I'm just going to leave that while I work on the next part of the salad. So that's going to be the dressing. I already have 2 tablespoons of honey mustard in here. That was just to spare you the shaking and everything to get the last of it out of the bottle. And then I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You can do whatever kind of oil you like. I mean, olive oil, a good quality one, is really nice for salad dressing, so that's what we do all the time. But you could also do coconut oil. What other kinds of oil are there? Avocado oil. Yeah. So whatever your family commonly uses, I assume you have some sort of healthy oil in your kitchen. 2 tablespoons of that as well. And then I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of the honey. Because remember, when you do your vegetables, they're just vegetables. There's no salt, seasoning, preservatives, anything else in the asparagus, mushrooms, or spinach. That was just like I used fresh, and I only did all the work of cutting it up. I just skipped that part because it was already freeze-dried. So the dressing so far is going to be your only seasoning. Now I don't find it needs added salt. There is going to be bacon in this salad, so that adds kind of a salty element. But also if you're using honey mustard or whatever kind of mustard your family likes, that's already got a lot of the seasonings in it. Hi. We were just having a side conversation here, which I probably won't put in the video, but just to say, we're not catering for anybody. Like, we're not actually serving the food to you people out there. We're just making it for our own family. So I'm perfectly comfortable, like, for instance, tasting something and, you know, not being like, oh my gosh, I used the same spoon. We're all family. We've all shared all our germs all the time anyway, I pretty much figure. But, you know, you do whatever you feel comfortable with in your own kitchen. We do advocate for food safety practices. None of this is supposed to be taken as like a how-to cleanliness guide. We're just kind of showing you working with the ingredients, and we're in our home kitchen feeding our own family. Okay, just going to put that out there. So now that the dressing is ready, this has had a little bit of a chance to refresh, but there still is a little bit of water in it. I'm going to put it in the pan to saute while Mom does the bacon and the eggs. Great. So just to say, she's going to tell you about our theory on doing the bacon, but because this is a video, we did do the bacon immediately before. So I'm going to put this in the same pan with a little bit of the bacon fat. That's okay. That's just going to add to the bacony goodness of the salad, but it's totally not necessary.
Okay, so we did cook bacon earlier, but normally what we would do is maybe cook 4 slices and do 2 slices that morning for breakfast, and then save 2 slices for the salad at dinner time. So we're cooking it once, using it twice. And I'm just chopping it up now with the scissors. That was 2 slices of bacon. And the same thing with the eggs. If we need to hard-boiled eggs, we're going to do enough for more than one time. So if we're going to have deviled eggs or egg salad, let's say for breakfast, we'll do 2 or 3 eggs.
Sometimes we just have hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah.
You know, like a little bit of salt.
But the point is we'll do 2 or 3 eggs for the breakfast meal, and then I'll cook an extra 2 or 4, just depending on what we're going to do. So in this case, we have an extra 2 hard-boiled eggs that's going to go with the asparagus salad.
Right. Planning ahead. So the idea is if like I know I'm going to make this salad for a lunch on Monday, then on Sunday I'm already thinking about, oh, breakfast, I'll make a couple extra slices of bacon.
Plus we didn't figure you needed to see how to cook bacon and eggs, right? This is all
If
about how to use the freeze-dried ingredients.
Yeah. If you eat bacon, I figure you know how you like to cook your bacon.
Right.
Same if you eat eggs, I figure you know how to hard boil an egg. If that's wrong, feel free to let us know in the comments. We could do a video on Mom's secret best way to hard boil eggs that I don't remember where she got it. But I get in trouble if I haven't done every step exactly right when she comes into the kitchen. Right, Mom?
Only because they don't turn out then.
Right. So she's got her secret best formula for how the eggs turn out. So if you feel like you need that out there, then let us know in the comments. So it's probably only been about 2 minutes, but I think you can already see how it's cooked out the rest of the water. It's just going to warm up, wilt the spinach a little bit, kind of saute everything. I'm going to add the dressing right into there. Scrape the rest of that out in a moment. And I'm just going to stir it in now while I let it keep sauteing for 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm going to move it back to the stove. This was just so you could hopefully see it a little bit closer. But we'll come back to you after the next 2 or 3 minutes.
While Melanie's just finishing up with the asparagus, warming it, refreshing it, I'll let you know that asparagus is extremely healthy for you. It's very high fiber, low calorie, low carb. It's very satisfying though, so it's really nice to have like for lunch, especially when we're having it with the bacon and egg. It's like a whole meal.
So high protein, high fiber, but you feel very healthy. It's certainly not the kind of lunch where you're going to feel like, oh, what did I just eat? I have to get through the rest of my afternoon. We also do it as a side salad. If you're having like a typical meat and starch for dinner, you can do it that way too. So I just give it a light saute. You know, I'm not really worried. Like you can eat raw vegetables and you could eat these raw, but I just want them to be kind of a little bit softer, a little bit melding the flavors, sauteing them up. Like I said, getting that spinach a little bit wilty. So I'm going to plate it up here and I'll show you what the servings look like, because we may have talked about before, but servings are one of the tricky things about sharing recipes, and I find about looking up at other people's recipes. Because certainly there's a difference between a serving that I eat and a serving that my dad eats or my brother eats, you know, and it depends what it is. A serving of salad, unfortunately, for a lot of people, is different than the serving of meat, right?
So we're having this like as a meal salad, but if you were to do that as a side dish, you probably would serve 4, right?
Right. So, or it depends, because like I say, we often have salad as like a very robust side dish. Like we try and eat less meat, less carbs, those things, and we're trying to really make the salad like 50% of the plate. Right. So in that case, this is what our servings look like, to do like 2 side servings, but those very robust sides. Yeah, 4 side servings, definitely if you're serving children or not very big salad or vegetable eaters. But then again, if I was taking this for a lunch, I mean, maybe even 1 serving. Maybe I would eat this whole plate for a lunch. So it's just going to do a little bit of a chefy little, you know, broccoli sprout. So I do the mound of the veggies, already have the dressing on it. Mom crumbled the bacon, and then we did the half hard-boiled egg on the side. There we go. Just hold it up to the camera so you can see. Hopefully very nice looking
enough to eat.
salad. Yes, we are going to enjoy this. So I hope you enjoyed this warm honey mustard asparagus salad recipe. But if this recipe wasn't to your taste, then I hope you like the next one. Thanks for watching. A warm asparagus and bacon salad, or what are we calling it? Honey mustard asparagus salad. So we're going to show you how to make a warm honey mustard asparagus salad. Let me try that again. Do that again because you had your hand. Yeah, that's fine.
Hi, I'm Cathy.
I thought you would just start from the nutrition, but okay. I probably won't put this in. I just wanted to make sure it tasted like last night. Okay. Well, it's just that we're not catering for people. It's a little bit less.
Right.
But we won't tell them that we've ever done it any other way. All right, so now the dressing is ready. It's very low maintenance. All right, try not to mess it up that I want to take pictures.